Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going on with more of the Crystalline means. It's been a while since I've been here. It's about time that I actually get down to finishing this whole thing now that I have time. And the Crystalline mean. The work of the Crystalline mean is never done, and Catless is ever on the lookout for skilled hands. You seem like you got skills of the sort we need. Would you be interested in putting them to use at the mean? Wonderful! We can never have enough hands to do all the work that one's doing. To help you get started, I'll give you an overview of our operations. Just let me know when you have a moment. So this is actually unlocking the whole thing right here. Ready to learn about our operations? Good, good. So as I may have already told you, the Crystalline mean is the center for the procurement and production of those items that make city life possible. From daily necessities to military provisions, we deal in just about anything. A storehouse and workshop rolled into one we are. Now the mean is composed of 5 faucets. That's our fancy name for divisions. Each faucet is a collection of folks skilled in certain fields, who work together to provide for the Crystarium. Firstly, there's the Facet of Forging. You can probably glean from the name its members are experts in metalworking. The woman you see there is Ayla, the proprietress of the Iron Bellows. I'm told she's been sorely pressed for help lately. Next we have the Facet of Crafting, which brings together artisans who work with leather, cloth, and wood. Among them, there's even a lass who specializes in the restoration of artwork and traditional handicrafts. She doesn't appear to be present at the moment, though. Moving on, we have the Facet of Nourishing, whose mission is to ensure that our denizens are fed and healthy. And I speak not only of people. Bethrick there is the resident veterinarian, and he's charged with looking after our trusty Yamaro. Then there's the Facet of Gathering, formed of miners and botanists who procure resources all across Northront. Overseeing the group is Kashi Ray, a knowledgeable, if eccentric woman. If you have an inquiring mind like her, though, I dare say you'll get along. Last but not least, the Facet of Fishing. Aside from reeling in the bounty of the realm's waters, members who cultivate marine life. Frithrick there speaks for the Gathering, and whatever folk may say of his leadership, none can doubt his skills and knowledge as a fisher. And that's the 5 faucets of the Crystarian mean. Under the direction of the Settlement Council, each does its part to ensure the survival of the Crystarium. Well, that's the idea at any rate. The reality is most Faucet members are individuals with individual interests. They're often busy with their own endeavors and can't always make a meaningful contribution to the common cause. What this means is that the mean suffers from a chronic shortage of hands, and every Faucet is always looking to bolster its roster with new talent. I encourage you to make yourself known to whichever one is a fit for your skills. You can now offer your services to each of the Faucets of the Crystalline mean. And that's a really nice way to kind of introduce everyone to everything. So let us head over here and unlock the Gathering. Pretty cute over here. Upon completing this quest, you'll be able to undertake Crystarium deliveries for the Facet of Gathering. Must be a miner or botanist of level 70 or above to proceed. Okay, on the trail of a myth. Kashire looks like she wants to be anywhere but here. That's how I feel about work too. Yes, yes, what do you need? Every man in Izamara wants something today, so I thank you to make it quick. Oh, not here for materials. What are you here for then? Well, in case you couldn't tell by my pickaxe, I'm here to help. Well, I didn't actually ask for a name, but alright, Claire Faye, whoever you are. What, did you expect me to know you? Because I don't. You're clearly new here. Where are you from, anyway? From the same land as the Exarch. Truly? I've always wanted to ask the Exarch about his mysterious homeland, but he's a very busy man and there never seems to be a good time. So tell me, in this land you hail from, does there happen to be a creature called the Samiel? No, that's a shame. Well, time for me to take on the field once more. I'll find you yet, my precious Samiel. Mark my words. Chief, where are you? Wait up! Oh, you there! Stop that woman! Oh, it's a girl. Begging your pardons, but did the chief mention where she was headed? Outside again? Doesn't she know how much trouble she causes us when she abandons her post? Forgive me, it's not my intention to take it out on you. I am Yelana of the Horatorium, and the woman I'm furious with is Chief Kashir Ray of the Facet of Gathering. Seeing as how we've only just met, I'm loath to ask this of you, but could you go after the chief? I'm afraid I don't have the wind to give chase. In all likelihood, she's headed to the Amaro Launch. If you hurry, you might be able to catch her before she leaves the Crystarium and goes off to heavens knows where. Thank you so much. When you find her, please see that she comes to the Horatorium. Meanwhile, I'll keep an eye out nearby, just in case. Oh boy, I have a feeling that we're gonna be stuck babysitting. But you think that she would know who we are after everything that we went through to help the Crystarium and all of Norvrant and everything. I mean, it's not like we're the famed Warriors of Darkness or anything. I'm just saying. Oh, it's you again. What do you need now? Wait, don't tell me. You wish to assist in my field work, isn't that right? Well, who am I to deny such enthusiasm? Come along, my friend. Come along. No, I'm here to bring you back. Gah, of all the people to see me leave, it had to be Yelana. I wasn't even planning to be away long. Alright, I'll head to the Horatorium. You're coming too, of course. I'm sure Yelana will want to thank you for doing a fine job of catching me. Well, wasn't planning on it, but why not? Okay, so the Horatorium is actually just outside the Cabinet of Curiosity. It's where they have all of those great big giant plants. I don't see why it's so dark down here. I mean, you think plants could use sunlight. Well, then again, we didn't really have sunlight if you really want to think about it. There was plenty of light, but not really sunlight. If glass could kill, I'd be dead thrice over. I'm working to improve the strands of fruit we grow. There's nothing like a sweet and succulent morsel to lift one's spirits. There you are. Thank you so much for finding the chief. Now, we don't have much to offer in the way of hospitality, but as a small token of my gratitude, I'll be happy to tell you about our facility. Here at the Horatorium, we primarily conduct agricultural research to improve our ability to cultivate crops. On any given day, you'll find us developing new plant strains and fertilizers and experimenting with new cultivation techniques. The fruits of our labors find use at the Sweet Sleeve, the Crystarium Orchard, which provides food for our citizens. At the behest of the Facet of Gathering, we also analyze resources found across Norvrant. Indeed. Our miners and botanists sometimes make unusual finds, and these are brought here for closer examination. You see, the task of the Facet of Gathering isn't simply to gather. We also strive to identify and manage resources. In a world such as ours, we must use our resources responsibly, that they might be conserved for prosperity. In a sense, what we do is not unlike the work of those folks called naturalists in the days before the flood. This stands testament to a man's enduring and unquenchable desire to cast light upon the unknown, be it flora or fauna or otherwise. As you can see, the chief is something of a character, but in spite of her oddities, she's respected by her colleagues and peers. This is because her knowledge is vital in ensuring that the Crystarium is well provisioned. Though from my perspective, it's difficult to see her as little more than a self-absorbed woman who buries us with endless tasks. When I sought her out earlier, it was to deliver the results of our latest analysis, but what should I find but her trying to sneak outside? It's not the first time either. Of late she's been obsessed with finding the Samiel, a nigh mythical creature, and runs off whenever my back is turned. She's not a child anymore, for goodness sake. And you're not my mother. If you keep up that nagging, your wrinkles are liable to grow whiskers. Come, Claire, let's flee this place, else Lalana will turn us into fertilizer. Running off again? And I have no wrinkles, thank you very much. Just to be clear, I do not turn people into fertilizer. You can tell they're really good friends. I don't know if you could tell, but I certainly could. So I don't think we need to go too far to find her. Ha! We managed to escape the Harpy's clutches. Don't tell Yelena I said that. She has no sense of humor, nor does she understand the romance of a mythical creature. Now then, you weren't familiar with the Samiel, as I recall. It's the name of an ancient and enormous beast of Mort legend. How enormous, you ask? If you've been to Amtharang, you may have seen a colossal ribcage. That's how enormous it is. Assuming it indeed belonged to the Samiel, we're still not certain at this stage. You see, while there are tales of people being licked or nearly stepped on, rather bafflingly, no one alive has managed to catch sight of the creature. Until now, at any rate. While attending an excavation, one of the Horatorium's researchers claimed to have encountered what he believes was a Samiel. I have a good feeling about this. The mere thought of shedding light on this mystery sets your heart aflutter, does it not? But of course it does, and you wish to find the Samiel as much as I do. Very well, I hereby name you Captain Faye of the Samiel Search Squad. With your combination of combat and gathering prowess, I'm confident you'll do an excellent job, especially with me as your intelligence officer. Least you worry that Yelena will come nagging. Know that our mission is entirely serious and within the scope of the Facet's objectives. After all, knowledge of fauna, and all fauna are real until proven otherwise, is critical to resource management. But without further ado, my dear Captain, I bid you venture forth to Amtharang, where you are to search for evidence of the Samiel. I await your discoveries with bated breath. Alright, quest complete! Facet of Gathering deliveries are now available. By delivering the requested item to Crystalline and raising yourself in her esteem, you can advance the story of your search for the Samiel. Have you brought me evidence of the Samiel from Amtharang? The anticipation of finding a lead is so heady, I can scarcely focus on my duties. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so this is going to be just like doing the weekly delivery quest line with the custom delivery clients. So she's going to be giving us like a certain list of items that we have to procure, and in order to continue on with, so she's going to be giving us kind of a list of items that we have to get, and by turning them in, we'll be able to accept more quest lines later on. Okay everyone, after doing some research, I did find the location that I needed. I've already completed half of it just to see what would happen, and so we're getting the other half that we desperately need. And so the locations for it is just outside the inn in Amnarang, and you can just actually go onto like this little alcove here. And it's not too difficult. I mean, this is supposed to be the easiest of the quests to do, which is to be expected since we're only at level 70. It's going to get much harder later on, but I think that we have all the pieces that we need, so I'm just going to be heading straight back to the Crystarium and turn them in just so I can show you what's going on. And so I'm actually putting a map here in the corner and like the exact location of where to go to find the animal trace, just in case you're curious. Okay, so we're back here in the Crystarium. Let's head back to the mean and turn this in. So you can actually do it all in one big shot. I just sort of did it in half just in case it was just like the delivery quest line. But that doesn't seem to be the case. You can just turn them all in at once. So here we go. Have you brought me evidence of the Samiel from Amnarang? Ah, the anticipation of finding a lead is so heady, I can scarcely focus on my duties. Okay, so here are the animal trace pieces. Turn all 9 in. Well now, this claw belonged to quite a large beast. I dare to hope it will yield valuable information on the Samiel. My thanks! Yeah, it's a really good way to level up here too. Among the specimens you brought back, one in particular stood out. A claw fragment that resembles that of no known creature out there. This is definitely worth requesting analysis of the Horatorium. Wait a moment while I fetch one of their researchers. Allow me to introduce Milo Lad. He works closely with Yelana, the poor bastard, and analyzes resources for us. But most importantly, he is the researcher I mentioned who claims to have encountered the Samiel. Go on and recount your tale, lad. On the day I traveled to Amnarang with a crew of miners in order to survey an excavation site. We were going about our work when, without a warning, a massive shadow fell over us. Startled, we looked up to see what it was, only to find empty sky. Whatever was there had vanished. Didn't move away, but vanished. Shadow and all. That was no cloud or bird. No, it could only be the ghost of the Samiel, whispered in mort legend. My oh my boy, it ill becomes a man of learning to resort to fanciful tales for an explanation. But... Here, take a look at the specimen that Claire recovered, and you'll see that what you encountered was not some ghost of the Samiel, but the Samiel itself. This resembles the claw of a lizard, yet there aren't any species nearly so massive in Amnarang. Assuming the creature it came from is a quadruped, we can project its height to be... May I hold on to this? I'd like to examine this more closely at the Horatorium. We were about to ask you to do just that. Should you need anything of interest, be sure to let us know. And there you have it, Claire. For now, we have but to wait. In the meantime, perhaps you'd like to acquaint yourself with the other lands and the resources they hold. I dare say it would be of interest to a visitor such as you. Feel free to gather as you see fit. You're respectful of nature, I believe, and won't take more than she can give. Alright, so that's actually closing off the first quest for the Facet of Gathering. I think that was a really nice way to end it for the time being. Yay, our esteem level increased. We are now the seeker of the Samiel. That's a good thing, right? I have no idea what this thing is going to look like, but I'm really interested in it so far. The next request will be available upon reaching 73 as a miner or a botanist. Okay, that sounds like a plan to me. Alright everyone, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know that I did. So until next time, you take care. Bye bye.